I'm going to play a video first, and then I'm going to jump into a quick version of my presentation to cover the higher points. Hopefully the video will wake you guys up and keep you more engaged. Let it rip.
The workforce of the future will look nothing like it does today. With advances in automation and AI, tomorrow's opportunities will require individuals from all walks of life to obtain skills in science, technology, engineering, art, design, and mathematics to participate and thrive in the global economy. Developing this workforce has proved challenging. Companies today can't find enough STEM and STEAM talent to meet their needs. In the US alone, in 2016, there were 3 million more STEM jobs available than there were people qualified to fill them. Globally, to stay competitive, companies are seeking ways to build talent pipelines of diverse, up-and-coming STEM and STEAM professionals across race, gender, and geography. In support of this effort, over $100 billion is invested annually into STEM and STEAM-related training and educational initiatives by foundations, corporations, impact investors, and philanthropists. These investments are made despite no long-term visibility or transparency into what efforts truly make an impact. Here is what happens today versus the RoleCoin way. Today, foundations and impact investors, let's use the Gates Foundation as an example, may give an organization such as Girls Who Code a $1 million annual investment towards their program. Upon completion of each program, Girls Who Code has to self-report the success of the program back to the Gates Foundation in order to secure future investment support. Also, to help the long-term career development success of its graduates, it's critical for organizations like Girls Who Code to connect recent alumni to career mentors for ongoing guidance and support. Today, reporting efforts for organizations like Girls Who Code are a time-consuming and manual process. There is no easy way for organizations to track the long-term skill and career development progress of their alumni, and no scalable way for them to provide ongoing guidance and mentorship. Enter RoleCoin, a blockchain-based digital currency that tracks, measures, and rewards the skill and career development.
Okay, guys, maybe I shouldn't show the whole video since it's such a short demonstration, but hopefully it got your attention. So now I'll talk about RoleCoin and how it all ties together once these guys switch screens and hit the presentation. Okay, perfect. All right. So RoleCoin is about providing proof of progress for education. We're bringing transparency to the $100 billion invested into developing the workforce of the future while enabling anyone to give the gift of a role model. So let me explain what I mean by that. But before I do so, let me tell you a little bit about who I am and really why I'm here. My name is Clarence Wooten. I'm founder and CEO of Steamroll and RoleCoin. I'm a Silicon Valley-based entrepreneur. I've founded 5 different tech startups. 2 were acquired. Most notably, Image Cafe was acquired by VeriSign for $23 million several years back. I won't date myself. I've been written about in Wall Street Journal, Entrepreneur, a bunch of publications. More importantly, above and beyond just myself, we have a top-notch team. To support our mission of delivering proof of progress to education, we have Roberto Rodriguez, who is former Deputy Assistant to President Obama for Education. We have Yoli Chisholm. She's Chief Marketing Officer for us. She was formerly Head of Digital Marketing at Microsoft. And we have celebrities and, you name it, on a brand ambassador side. But again, I'm moving quickly. So Steamroll is a mission-driven company. Our mission is to help the workforce of the future discover whom they can become and how to get there. And we do that by empowering successful professionals with backgrounds in science, technology, engineering, art, design, and math to showcase who they are and what they do. So through our mobile app called Steamroll. Now, the whole point of this is we live in a society today where information is widely available. You can pretty much learn anything if you have access to the internet. The problem is there's a huge disconnect. There's not enough students and aspiring professionals learning skills in science, technology, engineering, design, and math because we have a lack of inspiration and guidance. So right now, role models seem that, I would say the sports and entertainment industry has a monopoly on role models. We're empowering successful professionals, companies like Google, to really showcase who they are and what they do. And the reason we're doing this is because by 2020, we could have a shortage of over 85 million medium to high skilled workers globally. That's bigger than the entire country of Germany. Additionally, just in 2016 alone, there were 3 million more STEM jobs available in the U.S. than we had workers qualified to fill them, despite the fact that over $100 billion is invested each year into STEM and STEAM-related organizations, like the Gates example. All right, so how does it all work? So Steamroll is like Tinder for finding your dream career. This is footage from the actual app. We are a real app. We're not just smoke and mirrors or just a white paper. And so you swipe through the profiles of successful professionals, people who work at companies like Google or design tennis shoes at Facebook, and we make it easy for you to follow them simply by clicking follow. Each role model shares their video, I'll show it in a second, shares who they are through video clips that they record called story clip videos. So they're almost like Snapchat videos. So these videos provide inspiration to all of the students who are following that particular role model, inspiring them to hopefully learn that role model skills. All right, so RoleCoin is the digital currency that we use to hypercharge growth and basically reward behaviors that we want to see. So everyone knows about gamification, but crypto enables gamification to really take off. For Steamroll users, we call them Steamers, they receive role coins for learning skills, role models receive role coins for sharing their stories, and all users receive role coins for inviting other users. Now, what can be done with RoleCoin? All right, so RoleCoin is a utility token, and RoleCoins will grant you greater access to role models via webinars. RoleCoins are also accepted by top online learning facilities such as Stanford, Pratt, Princeton University, or let me say will be accepted. We've integrated the RoleCoin technology into one of our partners, the Canoe platform, which powers e-learning for more than 100 different universities. So not only do you earn RoleCoin on Steamroll, you can spend it to sort of educate and better yourself. And as you do that, your progress is reported through the blockchain through our Proof of Progress protocol so that it's visible. Additionally, the whole point of this is to help companies bring in the workforce of the future, to solve the problem I talked about. We have a SaaS product called the Diverse Talent Pipeline Platform that we sell to large enterprises that empowers them to sort of monitor what happens on Steamroll and reach out to students as they acquire the necessary skills to be hired. Our first paying customer is HP, Hewlett Packard, and we have several other ones we're going to be announcing soon. These companies pay between $30,000 and $90,000 a year for the ability to watch users gain skills because they're all in need of new channels of bringing in diverse talent. All right, even inside of Steamroll, RoleCoin has a bigger value proposition outside of the Steamroll platform because it is the digital currency that tracks and measures the skill and career development progress of its recipient. So basically, we're leveraging the blockchain's powers of transparency to provide proof of progress. As I mentioned earlier, $100 billion is invested each year into STEM and STEAM-related causes, like you saw in the video by the Gates Foundation. But when you invest fiat, you get no transparency. When you invest RoleCoin, that $100 billion could be of RoleCoin purchased off of an exchange. So an organization like the Gates Foundation would get back data on the success of programs like Girls Who Code because they get to see the long-term skill and career development progress of Girls Who Code graduates who utilize RoleCoin. We build in our blockchain on top of the Stellar Lumens blockchain for reasons that I won't get into, but they make sense. Additionally, we are not just a white paper. We have a real paying enterprise customer and several more to be announced soon. We have real partners that are going to funnel their graduates and their students onto the Steamroll app, including the Will and Jada Pinkett Smith Foundation and several others. And we have, RoleCoin will be integrated into a platform that powers over 100 different universities so that it can be spent not only on Steamroll to gain greater access to role models, it will be able to be spent, on online educational providers as well. So real quick, our token allocation. We're in the middle of our ICO. We're in a private pre-sale phase of the ICO. You can go to RoleCoin.io to get whitelisted. We're selling 350 million RoleCoins through the ICO process, and another 300 million RoleCoins will be minted through proof of progress utilizing the Steamroll app, as I showed in the demonstration. So look, invest in the future of education and skills development. You can find out more by joining our Telegram community at RoleCoin community on Telegram, or you can join our whitelist and participate in our private pre-sale, or be in line for our public sale, which begins on April 15th by going to RoleCoin.io. And if you want to communicate with me directly, feel free to send an email to me at clarence@steamroll.org. Thank you for your time.
Hello, I'm on. Hi, Clarence, you have fired me up more than any other ICO today. So
what?
thank you very much for that.
Okay.
You've fired me up more than any other
wow.
ICO
Thank
today
you.
because I am a STEM ambassador in the UK. I used to work in tech. I dabble in tech through crypto now. But we have a situation in the UK where the number of women coming through tech education has fallen over the past 10 years. We were pushing up towards 20%, and we're now around 15%, which is absolutely shocking.
Wow.
So I'm really fascinated by what you're doing. I would like to be on your platform as somebody that people can contact. And I'm sure there are many others here who could say the same. We've got another hand going up over here. So anybody who is interested in the platform, do talk to Clarence. He's on stand number 47.
Absolutely. Come visit us at 47.
I had one question for you, and I will
Sure.
take more questions from the audience, but I want mine first. When you've put up all of your, the universities you're working with, they've all been American. So
Yeah, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So we're in the middle of a global roadshow for RoleCoin and Steamroll. And the reason being is because it will be a global platform. Initially out of the gate, we're about to enter private beta. We're initially onboarding the first several hundred role models to seed the app with role models across various industries. And then when we go to public beta in about 90 days, we're going to start onboarding a pipeline of Steamers. Steamers are students ages 13 to 30. Think middle school through grad school, but the sweet spot are college-age kids, right, who are really trying to figure out how to go from getting a degree or learning something at a community college to landing that job at a company like Apple or HP. Now, your question, I believe, was, will it be available in the UK? And the answer is absolutely. Initially, we're launching in all English-speaking countries, but ultimately, we're going to sort of localize the app for the world.
So you seem to be looking at the sort of top level of universities first. Is that the theory, or here it would be Russell Group. In America, it's the kind of Ivy League. Is that what you?
No. It just so happens that one partnership deal, and we're in the midst of several other partnership deals because we have lots of interested parties that actually want to accept RoleCoin for payment. Because by accepting RoleCoin for payment, they get students and customers sent to them through the funnel that is known as Steamroll. And what you guys did not see is that when you follow a role model, you can learn their skills. And we'll take all the skills required to be that person and put them in a checklist. And each skill links to multiple places you can go online to learn that skill. And once you've learned that skill, you swipe that you know it, you get someone to endorse you. We call that proof of progress. So now you've minted 5 RoleCoins, and that gets reported up the blockchain to anybody who supported you with RoleCoins from day one.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Now, you've answered all of my questions. I've monopolized it from the floor. Is there anybody else in the audience who would like to ask Clarence any questions?
Yes.
Thanks. All the universities you showed, have you? What have you done with them in terms of agreements to trial your platform or something? You're not at beta yet, so.
Yeah, so we did one deal with a company called Cadenzi. Cadenzi is like Coursera for learning STEAM skills. Cadenzi has an underlying platform called Canoe which powers over 100 universities' online educational classes. So Cadenzi is going to integrate RoleCoin payment acceptance into the Canoe platform, which automatically gave us access to over 100 universities.
Yeah. Cool. That's really good. Cool, nice one. I noticed about a third of the tokens are reserved for management, advisors, team.
It wasn't third. It was 20%. 20% of the tokens are being distributed to owners of Steamroll stock. It's being distributed across the cap table pro rata. 300, about a third of those tokens are minted through proof of progress on Steamroll. And I haven't gotten into the entire RoleCoin economy, but the RoleCoin economy actually creates a moat around Steamroll and incentivizes all actors, the foundations that support Steam, the organizations that produce Steam graduates, the schools, the universities, the companies that want to recruit Steam. Companies even get their employees involved to become role models. So HP is going to leverage our diverse talent pipeline platform to basically inspire, track, and hire up-and-coming talent. So they use the platform almost as a farm system to bring in new talent. So we're really focused about a solid business model. So after the ICO funds are gone, we expect to be at a $50 million annual revenue run rate within 3 years, because we think we're going to get at least 1,000 enterprise customers, because we're solving a need that they really, really have.
Fantastic, Clarence. Thank you very much for your responses. Is there anyone else with a question? I've got time for one more question if anyone's got one.
Sorry to go back to Stellar. Just wondered why you chose Stellar as opposed to the other platforms.
Yeah, well, the reason we chose Stellar is because 99% of the ICOs that happen today don't need a Turing-complete programming language. What I mean by Turing-complete basically means that you can program anything in that language. Solidity is a Turing-complete programming language, and as a result, it's overkill and a lot of holes get left in people's platforms to be hacked and other things to happen. Additionally, above and beyond that, you have to learn Solidity. Stellar is all programmed and JavaScript, which is fantastic because our entire tech team is very proficient on the JavaScript stack. Also, the fees of moving lumens, in our case RoleCoin, are super, super low, and we can move them really, really fast. We can also integrate with one simple piece of code our own exchange baked into the proof of progress dashboard. Because you know that 100 billion in fiat that's being spent, on educating the workforce to the future. Well, they get no data for that. If we integrate an exchange into our proof of progress dashboard, they're going to have to buy those RoleCoins from an exchange, which means if you hold RoleCoins, potentially 100 billion worth could be consumed every year by big players. So we know what that could potentially do.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Clarence. I think there's plenty of evidence out there that we just don't know where our STEM money is going, and that we need that proof of what's happening so that we can improve on it, certainly in this country. If any of you in the audience are parents, persuade your kids to keep up their STEM subjects, because there will be opportunities galore out there for them. Sorry.
Well, look, first of all, I'm very, very excited to see the room fill back up a little bit since I started talking, because it was completely empty. I wasn't happy being the last team to present. So I'm excited about that. I thank you all for your time. And learn, earn, and return. Give the gift of a role model. Please whitelist for our ICO and spread the word. Because as I mentioned, this is a calling for me as much as it is a company. Right? I'm doing this to give back, and I want to empower people like you in this room to scale yourselves as role models, because the sports and entertainment industry should not have a monopoly on role models. Yeah. And right now it seems like they do.
Here. Yeah, if you are in STEM in any way, then do become a role model for others. Go and talk in schools, tell people what the opportunities are, all of that.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much, Clarence.